I wanted to create this video to talk about five really simple ideas that you can execute really easily that will immensely help for your professional growth. So these are not some ideas that I have read in books or have learned from someone online. These are some ideas or things that I've felt while interacting with highly qualified people who have achieved a lot of success, who have professionally achieved what you might want to achieve one day. So where do I get these ideas from is that I have co-founded a startup called Fractionally. And at Fractionally, we connect CXOs, and CXOs means CEOs, CMOs, chief financial officers, chief business officers, chief legal officers. We connect all of these CXOs with high growth startups. And to have these team of CXOs, we have to talk with them. We have to understand their experiences, their skill sets, what have they done professionally. And in my daily life, I talk with a lot of these CXOs. Also, I talk with a lot of entrepreneurs. So the other day, I was on a call with a chief technology officer, and I was discussing with him what he's done. He was going through his backstory of how he started his professional journey from being a computer science engineer. He dropped from his college, and then he is still able to be where he is at. After leaving the call, I was still thinking about him. Okay. I was still thinking how charming his personality was, and the only sentence I could come up with about what I felt about him and talking with him was that, hey, he is a guy I would like to more often see in the office, right? I would not run away from him. I would like to have chats with him. I would like to connect with him more. So there's some positive vibe. And after contemplating around this for a bit, I thought, hey, what makes him so special? I have met more people who have achieved more. I have met a lot of people who have worked at better companies than him. What makes him so special that I am still thinking about him? And when I rewinded and went back to the conversation that we had, one special thing about him was he kept smiling, right? And that's a very simple thing, which is the first idea that I have for you. Smile, right? Smile. The people who smile give a great vibe, right? There's a great vibe that you can feel when you're interacting with a person who's smiling a lot. There's no cons to it. There's no disadvantages. I mean, you do not laugh to or laugh at people, but if you just have a nice, simple smile, it's easy for the other person to connect with you easily. You seem more friendly. You seem more open in terms of connecting with more people, and that makes it really easy to create a relation. Let's say you are a student or a working professional who is going to an interview, right? Now you think that your technical know-how is the only thing that matters. But that's not correct because people, including your interviewer, make a lot of subconscious decisions. Okay. And these subconscious decisions are made through biases, right? And these biases subconsciously are fit in our brains, which makes us take some decisions that might not sound logical. Right? So we as people are not as logical as you would think. And these subtle cues, like smiling, your hand gestures, makes a larger impact to the brains of others than you would think. There are a lot of biases. For example, if you go to a supermarket, you will see that, hey, there is a shoe that costs $100, which is a lot. But then you go inside the shop and see that there are also shoes that are 50, 60, $70, they will look cheaper. Not because they are cheaper, but because your mind has anchored the price of $100. So compared to that $100 that you have seen and anchored in your brain, 50, 60, 70 will look cheaper. That's called an anchoring bias. Similar to that, there are a lot of biases within our brain that plays a big role while you are making the decisions, but we do not know that there's something like this happening in the brain, right? So these biases uh, connect, or these biases are really inclined toward people who are friendly, right? And friendliness and openness, the ability to connect, comes a lot with smiling, right? On the other hand, it also boosts your confidence, right? When you smile, like it could be a real smile that comes from within, or it could also be you forcing yourself to smile. I'm I'm I don't want to smile right now, but if I force myself to smile, I do feel good, right? It's kind of like faking your brain, but hey, if it's helping or if it helps, why not, right? So if I smile, I feel good, then I will keep smiling. So it boosts your confidence. Not only it makes other people happy, it makes you happy. I mean, if you are in a sad situation, if you force yourself to laugh a little bit for a few seconds, if not more, you will actually feel good. You cannot laugh and not feel good internally. You cannot smile and still not feel confident and good about yourself, right? So you smile, you feel good about yourself, and you make the other people also feel good about themselves, and you also make the connection between you two easier. So that's the first simple idea, which is smile. The second one, again, this might sound obvious or something that you might have heard before, but I cannot put enough weight on this because my career, whatever it has been, has mostly through the network that I've created, right? So second point, the second idea is create a network. Right? What network means basically is you connect with people who you want to become like. Okay. So of course you know who your ideals are and you know who could your mentors be. So try to surround yourself around these people. Okay. Now it might sound hard that hey, these people are kind of out of my league. What do I do? How do I connect with them? So to create network like this, the first step should be to know what is it that you can give them. Okay. Don't think about what do you want from them. That comes later in the stage of your connection. The first step should always be what do I have to give? What skills, what resources, is there anything that I have that I give to these people? Okay, let's say you are a student who does not have a lot of work experience, who does not have a network to start with, but you might have a very little skill, right? Any skill that you might have learned in your college, any skill that you might have learned by yourself. For example, when I was a student, I a little bit had some idea. I thought that I was an expert at that time, but now I know I knew nothing. But I thought I know how to do marketing. I knew a little bit of it. So as a student, I knew how to do marketing. If I were at a place where I wanted to network with great people, I would go to them, say, hey, this is who I am. I know how to do marketing. This is who you are, and this is what your product is, or this is what your brand is, or this is what your service is. Let me do marketing for you. In return, don't pay me. That's okay. I'm not here to get paid. I am here to prove my skills. I'm here to connect with you. I'm here to make a new friend. This will work if there's nothing to lose for the other person, and if they see that you are really passionate about helping them, about their brand, they might even give it a try. Okay. This reminds me of a nice story. The other day, I was scrolling through YouTube stories, I guess, YouTube Reels. I don't know. I was scrolling through it, and I saw a video where there was a really, I guess, a highly qualified guy or an influencer who was saying that, hey, I am an influencer. There was a student, or there was a guy who reached out to me saying that, hey, I want to join your team, and I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm passionate about joining your team. So the influencer guy said, okay, do this thing. Send me 100 emails, one every day, writing about why do you want to join my team. So he was supposed to send 100 emails. How many did he send? Six. After six emails, the other guy who wanted to join the influencers team never showed up. So showing up, we'll talk about it later, but is also a part of one of these ideas. But again, coming back to networking, you give some value, you give some free experiences or free skills or free resources of yours to someone else, and to prove that you do really want to be helpful. That helps. So that's one way of networking: is give what you have. Does not necessarily need to be your time. You could have written an ebook or a PDF that you give to other people. You could also do this, and in fact, I've done this in the past. Is I find good startups, I reach out to their founders and say that, hey, I like what you're doing, uh, and just because I'm passionate about your startup and where it's headed towards, I want to create a marketing strategy, which will be a 5-page document that I'll just give away to you for free. I don't expect anything in return. If you like it, then good. If you don't like it, ignore. I just want to create something. So this again could be could take one day of your time, probably less if you are an expert at what you do. But one connection like this could probably change your life. Okay. So that's one way of networking, which is reach out to people, connect with people, give what you have. And this is more of one on one networking, which is you target one person, you reach that person, and then you now have a connection. There's another way where you reach multiple people at once. And when I say this, I do not mean you mass email or mass LinkedIn message like hundreds of people. That probably 99% of the time won't work. So don't try that. When I mean you can reach multiple people, I want to say that you can create something of your own that becomes famous or very well known to people, so that people want to connect with you. This way, you are not going out and trying to connect with people. People are coming to you because they want to network with you because of what you have created. Okay. So, what that means is you could have a Twitter account, or you could have a YouTube videos, or you could have an ebook, or you could have a nice LinkedIn page where you create content, right? Or you create a side project, or you create a small project, or you create a startup. And the value that your product creates is so much that people will find out about it, and people will look out that, hey, who is the founder? Created this. I want to connect with that guy. So again, two ways. One is one to one, where you reach out to people and try to make connections. And second is one to many, which is where you create something which will reach a lot of people. And many of these people would want to reach back to you for what you have created. So that's networking. Surround yourself with people you want to become. And they will make it really easy for you to reach where they are at. Okay. So you, instead of having to go to 1 to 100 by yourself, if you have someone who is already at 100, they'll make your path easier. So that's the second item, network. The third one is luck. Okay. Now, this might sound a little counterintuitive. And hey, generally, we want to believe that self made people are not lucky. Self made people have made themselves what they are because of their work, right? So, why do we want to consider luck as a factor here? So, the answer to that is there certainly is some role played by luck in what you achieve. You cannot say that luck has nothing to do with it. Okay. There is a small part that luck plays. It's an example, right? You would have seen or you would have met a lot of people, if not lot, many of them who are not as qualified as you, but still they are at a better place. You would have seen people who are more qualified than you, but are still not at the place where you are at. That's the second point. And there's a probability that these people who have achieved more or achieved less would have tried more or tried less than you, but still they are where they are. So the person who has achieved more than you may have tried less than you, may have put less efforts than you, may have put less resources than you, but still they are above you or at a place where you want to go, even after putting less efforts. Why? You would say luck, right? So there is some luck factor. But the point I want to make here is luck is a small factor. And there's actually a way where you can maximize the luck factor by yourself. Okay. What I mean by that is you generally see luck as something that comes naturally, right? That's a way of nature to do something for us. That there's nothing that we can do about it. But well, there is. What can you do about luck is that you can maximize the area, the circumference of the luck and how luck can help you achieve. So, what I mean by that is no matter how lucky you are, if you are sitting at your home doing nothing, watching Netflix, I'm not against it, but just saying if you're doing nothing, watching Netflix, there's a really small chance that your luck will yield it to anything. Okay. Now, let's say you have the same luck, but you do go out, you meet people, you go and network, you go and try doing stuff, you go and message people you want to work with. Then only can your luck help. Okay. So even if you are less lucky, and I don't believe that there's people who are less lucky or more lucky, it's all about how you utilize this luck factor, right? So even if you believe that you are less lucky than other people, okay, if you utilize this luck by going out more, by showing up more, by trying more, by putting in more efforts, you can maximize the amount of luck that you have, or you can maximize the utilization of the luck you have. Okay. So a person who is 1% lucky, and again, you cannot quantify this, but I'm just trying to explain what I mean. If there's a person who is 1% lucky, 1% lucky, but does nothing, 1% into multiplied by zero is zero. But if there is a person who is only 0.1% lucky, but they are putting all of their efforts, which is 100%. So 0.1 into 100% is 0.1. Right. So they get all the results, they can yield everything that they can from 0.1% of their luck compared to the guy who is 1% lucky but does nothing. Okay. So you have to show up. You have to do a lot of try and error. You have to go to every event out there might be. You have to email all of these people you want to work with. You have to show up so that any amount of luck you have will be activated. So the point here is less lucky or more lucky. It's all about how you activate the power of your luck, which could be done by showing up, by doing stuff, by executing, not by sitting at home and doing nothing. Okay. So show up and show off. When you show up to your opportunities, when you show up um, where you want to network with people, or where you want to achieve something, you have to show off also. You cannot just go to places and sit idle. Okay. To give an example, if you are going to a networking event, you cannot just go to the event and sit. You have to forcefully, if you do not like doing it, network with people. You cannot go to the event and say, hey, I have done a little bit. Now I will let luck play the role, right? So again, if you want to increase the circumference of luck, if you want the luck to be more active, you also have to be more active. So instead of sitting there, try to meet more people. If you meet 10 people, there's a chance that one of them will open new doors for you. If you meet 0 people, there's a very low chance that someone will come up to you and that person will be useful to you. Okay. So more the people you meet, more the opportunities you apply for, more the emails you send out, more the messages you do, more the LinkedIn posts you make, more the YouTube videos you make, there's a chance that some of this will go viral. So you have to do a lot of trial and error to once hit the bull's eye on your luck factor. Okay. So the point here is opportunities are lost by not taking action. Everyone gets opportunities, if not equal. Someone would get more, someone might get less based on their geography, unfortunately, also based on their demographics, but you will get chances. It's all about how do you react to these opportunities that you have. Do you take them for granted? Do you work your back off to accomplish the work? It depends on you. So opportunities are lost by not taking any action. And I'll end this point by a couple of quotes. The first one is by an author called James Clear, and he said, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become." Okay. If your action is to go out, if your action is to do work, if your action is to create projects, it shows that you are that kind of a person. But if your action is inaction, if your action is doing nothing, then it shows that you are nothing kind of a person. So inaction is an action of not doing anything, right? If you choose that, you are working towards not accomplishing anything. Again, inaction is an action of not doing anything. If you choose that, you are working towards not accomplishing anything. So it is better to act. Listen to this. It is better to act and be wrong than not to act at all and be someone who never tried. Okay? Better to act and be wrong than not to act and be someone who never tried. And the last thing I want to talk about here is something that my co-founder often says is inaction is the worst action. So I'll leave you with that. The fourth point, and a very short point here, is two things that looks really tough to accomplish. Okay. So if You want to achieve something that's really big, right? It does not look easy to achieve. The first thought in your mind will be that, hey, nah, I can do that. That's not possible. That's really tough. I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough skills. I don't have that good of a network who can help me do that. These are the first negative thoughts that will probably come to your mind. And if that happens, you know that that is what you want to aim for. If you are aiming to achieve what you could easily achieve, you are not going out of your comfort zone. Okay. If today I say that, hey, I start a business and my aim is to earn $1,000 a month, well, I can do that. That's easy. What does that teach me? Not much, because that's easy for me to achieve. If something is really easy for me to achieve, I will do that. And I'll be like, okay, that's my life. I have achieved what I wanted. I can sleep now. That's a problem. But if I say that, hey, I want to start a business that becomes the next unicorn, that will keep me awake. That will keep me working. That will keep me want to learning more stuff, because that's not something I can easily achieve. I can definitely do that, but to do that, I have to go through a lot of hustle. I have to go out of my comfort zone. I have to learn a lot of new stuff. And that is why, or that is what progress looks like. Okay, progress is not in doing stuff that's achievable. Progress is in stuff that seems unachievable, because you'll have to work a lot for it, because you have to go out of your comfort zone. When you are within your comfort zone, the learnings are zero. When you go out of your comfort zone is when your learning start. What looks easy does not teach a lot. What looks tough, what looks almost improbable, is what will teach you real stuff. Hey, what if I aim for one? Okay, on a scale of 0 to 100, what if I aim for one, I achieve one? What if I aim for 100? I try my best and I fail, but I will still achieve 10. Okay, so instead of having the end goal of one, and you end up achieving that goal and you feel the best about yourself, why don't you aim for 100 and you achieve 10? Okay, that's a quantifiable example of what I mean to say here. Now, when I say you want to aim for 100, you should always, and this is on a side note, but you should always break your goals down into different parts. So if you are trying to achieve one, you do not directly want to jump from 0 to 1. You always want to divide your goals from 0 to 1 into 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, and 1.0. So if you want to achieve 100, your goal should be divided. Hey, first I'll go to 0 to 10, then I'll go to 0 to 20, 20 to 30. Because if you have a bigger goal, as we said, it might look improbable. And if it looks improbable, you might just give up easily. So while your goal could be 0 to 100, the smaller actionable items or the smaller achievements or smaller milestones you want to mark yourself at is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So that at each milestone, you know that you have achieved something, you are progressing. Okay, so that's the fourth one. Do things that looks hard to accomplish. Fifth one is create the habit of investing. Okay. Um, I know this is not a personal finance video. I am no expert at that. So this is not a personal finance advice, and you'll know what I mean. What I want to talk about here is investing in something that will yield results better than anything else. Okay. While the ROI of these kind of investments are not easily measurable, but they are certainly top notch. Okay. So, not talking about stocks investing or mutual funds or bonds or real estate, talking about investing in yourself. Okay. You are your biggest asset. There will be times where your investments will draw down, right? For example, right now, the macroeconomic situation is not great. Stocks are plunging. If I'm not saying investing is bad, of course, you should invest in all of these assets. But if you invest in yourself, the learnings you have, the experiences you have had, the skills you have achieved are not going anywhere. Okay. No matter how the market is doing, what will help you earn more or what will help you achieve more is yourself. Okay. Things can crash. There could be more COVID like situations. There could be recessions. But if you have the skill set, none of this will, will be a hurdle for you. Okay. I mean, the most I have earned till date is in bad economical situations. Okay. I've not, so what I'm saying is, even though the situations were bad, I was able to earn enough. And that's because the skills. And that's why you have to invest in yourself because there will be times where your other investments might not yield results. Also, to be able to do other investments, you'll have to earn enough, right? And to be able to earn enough, what helps is your skills. So invest in yourself through courses, do a lot of online courses. Invest in yourself through probably getting new experiences. Invest in yourself by learning your tools, right? And in this time, learning tools and being able to produce products or services or offerings using these tools will give you or will put you at a place where you can earn a lot. Okay, for example, no code tools, for example, tools that help you build websites or automation tools or tools that help you build front end landing pages, tools that help you build back end databases without coding, right? So all of these tools, um, again, not to forget, there's graphic design tools, there's video editing tools, there's other tools that helps you with marketing, right? Marketing softwares. So all of this makes it really easy for you to make an earning. If you are already at a job, this could help you achieve passive income. So this is all great. So invest in yourself, learn these tools, learn these skills, learn all that you can, get new experiences. It could be by going to a new country, meeting new people. It could be an experience of going to a boot camp where you stay there for 7 days and learn a new skill. So all of these experiences might cost you, let's say, for an example, $1,000. Okay, let's say you do an online course that costs you $1,000. $1,000 today that you have learned and experience you have built will probably, if you do it correct manner, it will probably help you earn two, three, 4,000, $5,000 the next year. So, do you think that if you had invested that $1,000 in another asset itself for you, would have 3x or 4x or 5x the money? Probably not. So I'm not saying all of your investments in yourself will 4x or 5x. Of course, that's not possible. But if you have the end goal in mind that, hey, this is the new experience. If I do this, this is how I will utilize that skill to earn, to first recover the money that I've spent on that, and then start earning so that I have a good ROI on that investment. If you can do that, that's a great investment, especially in the early stages of your life. It's important because $1,000 today might be a big deal for you, given what you might be earning. But when you are 30, when you are 40, when you are 50, you will not remember the $1,000 that you might have spent, but you will definitely remember the skills. You'll definitely remember the experiences. You'll probably be using the same skills, and you might have mastered that after 20 or 30 years. And you might be probably teaching that skill now to people. So, what you learn today will, if you think it will help you earn more, then do not worry about investing in yourself. So I guess that's the 5 points that I want to talk about. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, feel free to put them in the comment box. And thank you.